You'll either be too strong to fail or too weak to try. That was a dope quote that I came across in my recent days, and it's kind of been on my mind a lot lately. So I just figured I'd talk about that today. Uh, I feel like oftentimes we be afraid to do certain things in life, which in essence lead us towards our failure. You know, a person without a plan is a person that plans to fail. So to me, that's more of a weakness, and a lot of times that weakness is born out of fear. So tonight, I kind of just wanted to talk about how we need to conquer fear and go after whatever it is that we wanna have or obtain in our life. So that brings me to the first part of that saying, with you're either too strong to fail. So the thing is, when you're a go-getter, you're going to have your certain strengths and weaknesses. But if one of your strengths is to see things through, that strength is going to get you closer and closer to your end goal. So long as you don't give up. So we have to always go forward in our attempts to get or obtain whatever it is that we're after. You know, it's going to be hard. There's going to be times where we feel like we just can't go no farther. There's going to be times where we feel like we just can't make it. There's going to be times where we feel like this is not for us. There's going to be times where we feel like let's blame our higher power. There's going to be times where we're going to feel like if it was meant to me, it'd just come. But in all those times, those are just trials and tribulations and tests of our strengths and of our faith, to the point where we just got to see things through. We got to keep going after it. We got to pass all these tests that are presented to us to see how bad we really want it. We could play the blame game all day long. We could put it on something outside of ourselves. We can make ourselves feel like it's outside of our control. But the bottom line is, we do have a say in what it is that we want and what it is that we're pursuing and what it is that we're after. And the fact that we may stop, we never know how close we truly are to obtaining what it is we want. So that failure is the ultimate weakness, to not try, to not give it your all, to not continue to push forward. Those are all things that keep us away from that better side of life, and to keep us away from that ultimate goal. And obtaining that ultimate goal sometimes require the ultimate sacrifice. That's up to you to kind of decide what that ultimate sacrifice might look like. You know, for me, I know my sacrifices look like spending a lot of time away from family, away from friends, loved ones. You know, saying no to the parties, no to the vacations. You know, saying no to the jobs that might be, a better offer than what's in front of me at the moment. But just knowing the vision, just knowing what I truly, really want, you know, that's why I'm willing to sacrifice those things. I'm not saying that you can't make time for family, friends, and loved ones. I'm not saying that you have to make tough decisions all the time, and not make the decisions that's going to put you and your family in better positions. Because sometimes things are momentarily where we got to do what's right in the moment. But if you trust and believe in your vision, and you trust and believe what it is that you're after and what it is that you're pursuing, we have to ask ourselves that question: what am I willing to give up? Because nothing comes without an expense or a price to be paid. And with success and things of that nature, the price is one that only we know. Is a price that no one can tell you. I can't tell you what it's going to cost you to get to where it is you're going to try to go. You know, I was married before, and I feel like in my pursuit of success, it cost me my marriage. But that's another story for another time. But it just goes to show that sacrifice. Was it worth it? That's still to be determined. Am I happy? Absolutely. Was it hard? You better believe it. But I was willing to make that necessary sacrifice. I look at other people, and I look at other successful people, I should say, and I look at their relationships that they have with their kids. I look at the relationship they have with their family, their friends, their spouses, and things of that sort. And it all varies. Some might say, oh, well, he sacrificed his success, so that's why he don't have a good relationship with his kid. Or she sacrificed her relationship with her husband, and that's why she's so successful. But I truly believe that you don't necessarily have to sacrifice one for the other. it's just a juggling game. And sometimes when you're on your pursuit, you don't really quite understand that yet. Me being so young, as an entrepreneur and as everything else, father, spouse, lover, whatever. Um, I had to learn things quick. It was like a hurry up and fail type thing, a crash course. But I always made sure that I fell forward. And to me, that's the key. The key is just recognizing, your shortcomings and trying to correct them as soon as possible. If you could do that and you continue to readjust, and if you have someone that's, willing to adjust with you and understand that, then I feel like you'll be better off. But again, like this is not about me. This is not about my shortcomings. This is just about how us as entrepreneurs, us as leaders, and us as business individuals can kind of recognize what it is that we're after, what it is that we're pursuing, and just understand that it's going to cost us something. Because once we recognize it and understand it, then we tend to play the game a little different. We tend to go back to the drawing board and start strategizing in a way that we don't have to give up so much to attain so little. But it all depends on you. I've known people that sacrifice years of family time just to go back to school. I've known people that sacrifice months of the sports season just to burn the midnight candle and read more books or do more research and things like that. And the story could go on and on. The question is, what are you willing to sacrifice? The question is, what are you willing to give up? The question is, do you want it? And if you do want it, how bad? Because at the end of the day, no one could do it for you. No one can tell you what to do. No one can tell you what it's going to cost. That's a personal thing. But in my opinion, business is always personal. Your boy Muciano, signing out.